Hello, everybody. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and welcome to my craft corner. I am so excited that you are here for our second week of Celebrate the New Year, and Happy New Year to you. Happy 2023. Hope the new year has started out well for you and you had a fabulous holiday weekend again this weekend. Hello, Carol and Nicole in Australia. Welcome. So glad you are here. If you're joining me live, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know that you are here and watching live. And if you're watching on the replay, welcome to you as well. Leave me a comment. Let me know that you watched the replay. I love to know that you guys are coming back later and watching it too. So it's so good to be back. Hello, Kimberly and Lanny. How are you guys? All right. Whew, catch my breath. I'm going to go ahead and flip around my cameras and get right into this, shall we? Hello, Lena. Welcome. All right. So tonight I am using the Sending Support stamp set. This is on page 9 of the Sale-A-Bration brochure, and it has all sorts of great sentiments for thinking of you cards, sympathy cards, encouragement cards, all that kind of good stuff. And what's really cool is there's like outside and inside sentiments, or like two-parters if you want. Hello, Ramona and Kathy. Oh, I'm so glad you guys have been loving the Sale-A-Bration cards. So there's some things like that say some days are harder than others. Hope today is one of the easier ones. There are so many ways you might feel right now. Alone shouldn't be one of them. Or here for you always, right? It's okay to not feel okay. Yeah, courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. You got this, or good luck. So all sorts of stuff that you can kind of mix and match to make some of those encouragement cards, thinking of you, etc. All right, I'm going to pair this. Now, okay, the Sending Support is our Sale-A-Bration item for tonight. You can get this free starting Thursday with a $50 order. So a great one to have on hand. And I'm going to pair it tonight to make a quick card, a super quick and easy card, with the Regency Park 6x6 designer series paper. Now this one actually comes 6x6. That's why there's so many different patterns. All right, look at all those. And one side has these really, just kind of pattern things. I think this one, nope, okay. And then the other side is all these really wild florals. These coordinate with the Sentimental Park and the Regent Park stamp sets. Okay, those two bundles, it's kind of like a really giant suite. They coordinate with that, but I thought that they would work really well for just some encouragement cards. So I have some pieces already cut here. And the other two are blue, but this one's Mango Melody. You guys know Mango Melody is my favorite. So that's what I went with. I have a piece of the Regency Park Designer Series paper. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inch. And then I have a piece of Mango Melody cardstock. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch. So just an 1/8 inch bigger. When I'm making my layers, I don't do the math. All right. So I figure out, I'm going to do 3 3/4 by 5. Well, I know a card front is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? So then I go, okay, I want to make it a 1/2 inch smaller, or 2/4 inches smaller. 2/4 inches smaller. That's a 1/2 inch. And I just count over. And then that's how I know how big to make it. And when I'm adding the 1/8 of an inch, I do the same thing. So it's at 3 3/4, and I put it at 3 3/4, and then I just bump it up to 1/8 inch more. I don't do the math. I just, use my ruler on my paper trimmer to figure out the measurements. All right. So I'm just using my multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to glue this down. This is one of the awesome pattern papers that are going to be in the new mini catalog. Now, if you have not yet signed up for one of my paper shares, you're running out of time. I think the 4th is the last day to sign up and pay for your paper share. And with the paper shares, you get a little bit of all of the pattern papers from the new mini catalog. You can also choose to get a ribbon and embellishment share that gets you a little bit of all the ribbons and embellishments from the new mini catalog. Hello, Janie and Yolanda. All right, so this piece right here, this is again from that same Regency Park Designer Series paper, and this is 2 inches by 5 inches. I'm just going to pop that right on the top. This is a great general layout that you could use with all sorts of things. Now with this, I'm using the new bordered ribbon in Night of Navy. I'll show you this ribbon. It's got a little bit of sheen on the outside, and the inside, well, I guess it's got a little bit of sparkle on the inside too. And it looks almost like denim, I think. It's kind of a denim. I mean, it's Night of Navy, but for some reason, the way that it has some white in it, to me, it looks like denim. So I'm going to start by wrapping this around my card to kind of figure out how much I need. Okay, so I'm just going to take this. We'll make a bow here. We'll come over this way. I'll make another bow, and then I'll add a little bit extra and just kind of, figure it out that way. Now, usually, if you've watched me a lot, you know that I usually tie the bow first and then I cut the ribbon. But for this, I actually want to cut this ribbon in half because it's kind of thick, and I just wanted it to be a little bit thinner on this card. So I'm just going to come right down the center and cut this in half. And this is just going to take me a minute. So we can chit chat while I'm sitting here. We already talked about the paper share. And you guys know you can get all these stamps and papers that are in the Sale-A-Bration brochure for free during Sale-A-Bration. But I have to let you know that if you want the absolute best deal that there is on Stampin' Up! Products, you might want to consider becoming a demonstrator and getting the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to do anything. You can just get a really great deal because during Sale-A-Bration, you get to choose $175 a product, anything you want, from the new mini catalog, from the annual catalog, whatever you want. Unfortunately, it does not include the Sale-A-Bration items. But otherwise, anything you want, you can choose $175 worth for only $99, and you get free shipping. I mean, that's basically like getting $100 free by the time you add in that free shipping. And if you want a mini cut and emboss machine, you can add one for half price. So really, really super deal during Sale-A-Bration. And of course, then you get, a 20% discount on all your orders through at least the end of July. You get to be on a great team. Yeah, all sorts of cool stuff. You get free tutorials every month. And, then if you decide, well, but I really wanted some of those Sale-A-Bration items, well, you can earn the Sale-A-Bration items on your own orders that you place after you get the starter kit. So still a great deal for you. All right, so I've cut that ribbon in half. And now I just want to take this and I'm going to wrap it around my card front here. And we're just going to tie it in a little bow. So, all right. And I kind of just want this to cover up the bottom of this here. Now, I do have additional card samples to show you too tonight. So don't go anywhere. That is not even. Let's even this up just a little bit more. All right. Pop this on here and tie this. So, all right. And we haven't even done the stamping yet, but this is, really, this is with a sentiment stamp, we're just using some pattern paper and then just adding the sentiment to it to make a really quick and easy card. Hardest part is tying this bow, although probably cutting it took the longest time. All right, so I'm just pulling this down. When I do tighten a bow, I hold the center of it as I pull the loop shorter. That just helps keep it tight. So we'll just leave it like that for just a minute. Now I'm going to pull out my a circle. This is basic white, and I cut it with the Stylish Shapes dies. You like the bright colors? Me too. And I'm going to use the stamp that says courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. I love that sentiment, right? Because courage is not being unafraid. It's doing it anyway, even when you're scared. I'm going to stamp that on that circle. And then I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. I forgot to get this ready. So let me just grab it from my stack. I keep these on my table. This is just 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And I just always keep them around because I use them for the insides of my cards. So then I'm going to use the second piece that says, "You've got this," right on there, just for the inside of the card. And then I forgot this, but I want to add a little bit of decoration to the inside. So let me grab a tiny little strip of the same polka dot. Is it long enough? Oh yeah, we'll just add that to the side. This is why I keep my strips of pattern paper, you know, when you're like, oh, that's a little bit too big, and you just cut off a little bit, or you have a little bit left over. Oh, I got smoochies on my glue has boogers on it. When that happens. Oh, it's still got more. All right. But I keep those little strips because they're perfect for decorating the inside of your card. So we'll just pop this on here along that side, and let's put this together. So here is my card base. This is Mango Melody, and it is, of course, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I just scored it at 4 1/4. And I'm going to take my bone folder and give it a good fold. And then I'm going to put my circle on here first, or at least make sure I know that it is what I want. Let's move that over just a little bit. There we go. All right, and then we'll put this on. Just want to make sure that that bow is right where I want it before I adhere it down. So I wanted to make sure that the sentiment was going to work where the bow was, if that makes sense. So we're just going to adhere that down. I always like to put a layer on the front, even though I'm putting Mango Melody on Mango Melody. You can see the edge just a little bit, which looks kind of fun. Plus, that way we don't get the ribbon. We don't see it on the inside of the card, which, I don't know, it just makes it look a little bit neater. All right, we got some dimensionals. And I'm down to my last of my dimensionals on here. I must have been making a lot of cards lately. But that's okay, because there's lots of dimensional stuff on the side. So we'll just go ahead and snip this. So I have been live. I'll be live all week, Monday through Thursday, with Sale-A-Bration items. And then on Friday, I am part of this big group that is doing, launching the new catalog and doing demonstrations of stuff using new catalog items. And there's like 50 people, I think, signed up to do this. And my time slot is going to be Friday night at 8 p.m., I believe. So I won't be live, but I will have a new video up at that time. So I think you have to be part of the group, though, to do it. But I did put an announcement in my Facebook group, and I'm going to put another announcement later this week, so you can come over and join that event. See lots of card demonstrations. All right. So this sentiment's going to go right on the front here. Just like that. And then we'll put the inside here. And I think I'm going to cut down the bow ends just a little bit, but we'll look at it and decide. All right. And of course, the supply list for these cards is over on my website, and there's a link in the description to the video on YouTube. So there's the inside of our card, and here's the outside. And let's just trim. I kind of like them long, but that seems a little, oops, wrong scissors. That seems a little long. So let's maybe trim them up just a little bit. Make sure they're kind of even-ish. There we go. And there is our super easy, quick and easy encouragement card. Isn't that pretty? Such fun, bright colors. Let me show you the other cards I got too. So this is more of a thinking of you card. Again, this is from the same pattern paper pack. and I have that same ribbon on there. This time, this die is used with the something fancy dies, I think is what they're called. It's another stamp set. And this says, there are so many ways you might feel right now. Alone shouldn't be one of them. Here for you always. So just a really sweet thinking of you card, letting somebody know that you're thinking of them, that you're here for them, right? And then more of a sympathy card. And I haven't made the inside for this one yet, but same pattern papers. This time I used the ginkgo branch dies, which also has this label die in here, and it just says sending loving thoughts and prayers. It's just a really nice card and really quick to put together because, you know, it's not really any fun to make sympathy cards, right? So sometimes it's nice just to be able to make them really quick so that you don't have to make them until you need them, right? The DSP does really make the cards quick and easy, so super fun. And like I said, you could use this with other sentiments, right? These layouts, you could use them with any sentiment that you wanted. So fun ideas for you tonight. Those are my cards for this evening. Tonight was quick and easy. Tomorrow, I want to let you know. So normally I go live. If you visit me often, you know, I go live every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. And Tuesdays are always kind of like a stamp with me. I call them Stamp with Me Tuesdays. And we switch between fun folds and techniques and mystery stamping. Well, I decided it would be fun to still do a fun fold card tomorrow night that you can make along with me. So I know you won't have the same supplies that I do, but the fun fold I'm going to share with you, you could make with your own pattern paper. So I am going to list that over in my Facebook group after tonight's live event. I'm going to pop over there and list it for you so that you can pull out your own pattern paper and get it all cut and ready and make a card along with me tomorrow night. So I'm going to be using Day at the Farm. It's the farm paper in the Sale-A-Bration set. I'm going to be using that tomorrow night and have some really fun cards to share with you too. And we're going to make a fun fold card. So I hope to see you there at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Have a fabulous evening. And yeah, oh, Heather and Deb, I'm so sorry that you guys are late, but you'll be able to watch the replay. All right. See y'all later. And Jill too. So have a great evening.